The next movement I'm going to get Tamika to stand with the feet hip width apart, with the shoulders even just a smidgen higher than the elbows slightly, elbows slightly higher than the shoulders, but in a little bit. Okay? She's going to press into the wall with the palm, and all that I'm going to ask her to do is keep the elbows on the wall and rotate the forearm in and out. It's a subtle movement in the shoulders. We're going to be doing this on the floor. As it's a rotate in and out. So you can feel something going on in the shoulders. It's small, but it's something going on. Okay. If this was bothersome to someone, you would it would indicate to be careful when you're going into the next movement. Okay. All right. Good. Now we're going to go down onto the floor and get a basic action happening. So your forearm balance, I've got the bigger brick and I may change it to the small one. I'm going to see how Tamika works with this. She's going to put the strap around her elbows just above the elbow, just above the elbow joint and in line. So I'm going to see if that's the correct movement once Tamika puts her hand in place. So the thumb is to the front as we did in the last video, the inner wrist is pressing down and the fingers are long. What the brick is doing is helping you to keep your hands down, because when the shoulders are tight, the hands push together. And if you're not sure, you can try that yourself at home and see what it does. But you want to keep it out. The other piece that's important is that the inner and outer wrist remains parallel, like two train tracks. This can get distorted when there's tightness. Okay, now I'm going to step across and I'm going to put my feet in a position where my ankle is just a little bit in front towards the wall of Tamika's elbow joint. And I'm going to bring my knees towards each other so it's in line with her inner edge of the shoulder blades, the inner edge, and perpendicular. Now she's going to, with her exhalation, pike the buttocks up, and her shoulders will come in contact with my knees. So I'm keeping them perpendicular. Now walk yourself in. So you want to try and get the butt over the shoulders, which are over the elbow joint. So my knees are there, holding the shoulder blades firm, so that she gets a concept that when she walks in, they need to stay solid. So you're going to get a sense that the hips are good. She's good here. She's got good length, good height. So with the pike, now she's going to pull her shoulders a little bit away from my leg, just a little bit, because we're still warming up into this. That's it. So that's it. So she's got quite nice action. It's not something that's visible perhaps on the video, but I can feel it. Okay, come down to make have a rest. Okay, how's that shoulder?
Fine.
Okay, good. So when you have the strap on, it stops the elbows from flying out. But for people with shoulder issues, the other thing that you can do is push into it a little bit to help release that muscle that might be bothering you. You can try it. Obviously, if you've got a shoulder issue, you need to have it tended to with the appropriate people, meaning the doctor or sports person. Take your hands back to the brick. That's it. Get it checked out. Okay, so she presses down, she gets a sense of broadening in the shoulders, and when she presses down through the wrist forearm, it already starts to lift the shoulder blades up, and then she lifts up. And she's got the idea of how to keep the shoulders on the back ribs as she walks in and gets that nice height. Now I can feel that she's working really well to hold that there. Now she's going to bring the feet together and lift one leg up. Now lifting the leg up, straight up to the ceiling, you're keeping it straight, she does a nice lift, is to see if you can maintain the balance on the foundation. It's not about how high you lift your leg. It's about whether you can keep the height here, which she's done nicely, and lift it. Take it down and do it to the other side. And her stability and the foundation is good. So that should indicate not only to me or a teacher, but also to the individual, what side is working well. This is not as good as the other side. She can turn this leg in a little bit. There you go. And also what she needs to be careful of. Thanks, Tamika. Bring it down. Have a rest.